What's up, you fucking weirdos? Welcome to where the weird ones are.
Yeah. Weird ones only, we talking that truth. Ghost in the attic, yeah, show me the proof. Aliens creeping, they light in the roof. Minds wide open, we shatter the booth. Conspiracies deep, we dig in the scars. Demons and angels and bodies on Mars. Cryptids be watching, they lurk in the dark. Mental on edge, but we glowing like stars. Welcome to the pod, no cap, it's a seance. Whispers in the static, spirits doing dance. Reptiles in suits, yeah, running the lands. MK Ultra made a puppet of your mans. Wendigo hunger, dogman strut, flat woods, eyes glow. Slice through the cut, Bigfoot tagging trees. Marking the trail, weird ones ride, no room for the frail. Talking about trauma, talking that soul. Peeling back layers, we dig in a hole. Sacred geometry, numbers align. Ancestors speak through the veil and the sign. Ayahuasca dreams, third eye lit. Shadow self lurking, we making it spit. No mainstream lies. This the dirt where the weird ones rise from the blood and the hurt. Weird ones only, we talking that truth. Ghosts in the attic, yeah, show me the proof. Aliens creeping, they light in the roof. Minds wide open, we shatter the booth. Conspiracies deep, we dig in the scars. Demons and angels and bodies on Mars. Cryptids be watching, they lurk in the dark. Mental on edge, but we glowing like stars. Voices in the woods got chills on the neck. Black-eyed kids at the door, now we check. CIA tapped in, fluoride drip. Project Bluebeam, watch that script. Talking about grief, talking about fear. Talking about why them voices appear. Healing the mind while breaking the chain. Spiritual warfare deep in the brain. We don't run from the strange, we live in the strange. Tattoo the truth and the scars and the pain. Stay weird, the mantra we own in the name. Reality bends, so we bend to the same. From the attic to the swamp, we tracking the freak. Where the veil get thin and the silence speak. We ain't your norm, we off that grid. Weird as the wave, yo, this where we live.
What's up, you fucking weirdos? Welcome to another episode of Where the Weird Ones Are. My name is Kevin, but you probably already knew that, and if you didn't, you do fucking now. So today's episode is with Trebles Garcia. He is the host of Paranoid Radio. You can check him out, follow all of his stuff on his website, paranoidradio.com. So check him out. He's a great dude. Cherish him very much. Really enjoyed talking to him every chance that I get. So I was on his show and now he's been on mine. And the conversation was amazing and went really well. A wealth of knowledge, really, in my opinion. So, but really quick, shout out to the sponsor, Flavors of the Forest. Raw garlic dust. Fucking say the word, Kevin. Raw garlic dust. It's amazing. It's way more potent than anything you're gonna get at the store. I promise you. So flavorsforest.com. You can also follow them on Instagram at flavorsforest. Check them out. Nelson and Matt, phenomenal dudes. I'm telling you this. I put this on everything. So. And also wildbeautyproducts.com by my good buddy Johnny Nitro. They got a bunch of stuff, tallow whipped moisturizer. They got a whole bunch of stuff for your skincare needs. But yeah, also my book is out. Book number 1 of the Adventures of Rizzo and Weird Son, Monster Hunters. You can get that on Amazon. It's a quick read. But if you do decide to get it, please, if you don't mind, leave a rating and a review on Amazon for the book. Help me get more readers and stuff like that, and create more of a buzz as more books come out. Book 2 is almost finished and should be out hopefully before the end of August. I wanted to have it out in June, but it just didn't work out that way. So I'm also working on a children's book, but I'm going to try and go through an actual publisher for that one. So we shall see, and you'll know when I know. When I know things, you will know things. But this coming weekend on Saturday is the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Conference. I will be there. I'm not vending or anything. I'm just gonna be present, walking around, schmoozing, maybe checking out speakers. Who knows? But if you are there, come say hi. Um, I mean, if you only listen to audio, you probably don't know what I look like, so it don't matter. Um, but I don't know because I don't know if I'm gonna be wearing my podcast t-shirt. I might just be in a tank top or something. Which I think I do have a Where the Weird Ones Are tank top. Huh. Huh. I don't know where the fuck it is though. That's the only problem. Anywho, if you are experiencing any type of mental distress, please dial 988 here in the United States. They are equipped to give you all the resources that you may need to help you with said mental health crisis. They can also help you if you have a loved one or a close friend or just somebody that you want to help out who's having a mental crisis. They can help you help them as well. You're not out there alone. There's people out here that are more than willing to help. So stay another day. Please. I don't know. I think that's all I got. Weird Java in the morning. Not this coming weekend, but the weekend after. So it's every other weekend. Please check out Like Mother Like Murder. They're a great podcast. Lovely ladies. Um, Hopefully we'll get to see Rachel this weekend as well with her boyfriend. Husband. I can't remember. Oh, I feel retarded. That's okay. That's all right. Also, so if you have any kind of stories, experiences you want to talk about, excuse me, if you have something that you know, like a topic that you know a lot about, or you want to talk about spirituality, conspiracies, all that stuff, anything that's kind of like in the fringe or whatever you want to discuss it, please email me where the weird ones are at gmail.com. We can get you scheduled to be on the show. You can also reach out to me on the Instagram where _ the weird ones are. That is where I'm most active, but obviously if you send me an email, I'm going to see it and I will reply. So those are the two ways to get a hold of me. And yeah, I think I might do a group trip someday, maybe next year or something, somewhere cool. So if you're out there listening and or watching and you're interested in going on a trip and hanging out with me and other like-minded people, hit me up, let me know, because I don't want to create said trip if nobody's gonna go. So, know what I'm saying? um Yeah. All right. So that's it. I'm going to stop fucking talking your ear off. Let's get into the show with Trebles. We talk about the power of influence. We talk about the duendes. We talk about an elf he saw. Yeah, man. It's a great conversation. He's a great dude. I hope you guys check out his podcast as well, Paranoid Radio. All right, let's get the fuck into this shit. Where the weird ones go production.
Hello everyone, it's Connie over on the YouTube channel Talk Spooky to Me, and currently you are listening to Kevin from Where the Weird Ones Are. Enjoy!
Yo, what up everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where the Weird Ones Are. I have a fantastic guest for you tonight. His name is Trebles Garcia. He is the man, the myth, the legend. He is telling you all the things that you should know and the things that you don't know that you should know. Actually, I don't know why I said should know twice, but that is, you should know. So that's what I'm gonna roll with. So anyways, I'll let him introduce himself to you, let you all know where you can find him and find his show. So, Trebles, if you don't mind, go and promote yourself, homie.
What to do, everybody? First and foremost, I want to thank the Lord for allowing me to be here today, and I want to thank every single one of you for allowing me to enter your space. We're the weird ones, are right? That is right. That's what we do, baby. I'm fucking weird. You're fucking weird. Let's be weird together, baby. Guys, I host Paranoid Radio Podcast. We are paranoid over there, a little freaking paranoid. We do cryptids, we do ghost stories, we do a criminal, deep side true crime, and we also do documentaries, and we do a little element of governmental conspiracies, and we just keep it real out there, guys. If you guys are ready to get your toes stepped on and cages rattled, make sure you check us out at paranoidradio.com. But most importantly, guys, forget the show, man. I want you guys to live full lives and enjoy this moment right now. As I'm enjoying it, I'm wearing my favorite T-shirt. I'm doing my favorite topic. I'm doing my favorite show. I'm doing my favorite stuff. I'm doing my favorite thing. So yeah, God is good, man. There's nothing more beautiful than being a father, a podcaster, a husband, and a God-fearing man, all combined at the same time. So thank you again, Kev, for having me on, bro. It's beautiful.
Dude, thank you for being here. It means a lot to me. The fact that you're taking the time out of your day to spend with me and chat with me on the platform, dude, it's amazing.
I love it. Yeah, thank you, bro. I'm sure the show is gonna grow, and it's already growing. And you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. You're staying busy. You're staying consistent. And most of these podcasters out here do not know this, but it's the perfect time to be a conspiracy podcaster or a podcaster in general. We are the mainstream media, bro, at the end of the day. And it's a very important time to be loud about what you feel, about what you know, about what you've learned. So hashtag look it up, guys. We're only here to tell you guys to look up and take 5 seconds of your day to go to the search bar and stop watching ads on TikTok, to literally just look up stuff and learn stuff for yourself. So it's beautiful, dog. We are the weird ones. So thank you so much for having me on your show.
Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid. I love it.
Bro. So I've been on your show. We had a phenomenal talk. And now you're here on mine. So I wanted to ask you if you had any paranormal experiences. If not, we can roll with something else. But I'll start with that question. What fascinates you about the paranormal field?
Paranormal stuff, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I look at things. I'm a sinner, guys. I try to look at things through a Christian perspective, not necessarily a religious perspective, but somebody that goes through the scripture and tries to see through things like, hey, I'm trying to be like Jesus, not necessarily be like another human just opinionated about the scripture. So I think everything that I look at, specifically conspiracy theories, I go back to the Bible looking for conspiracy theories, and I come out learning and handling and actually holding on to Jesus Christ's hands. I'm like thinking, okay, so what's happening here is everything that's not godly, it's satanic. So I'm not trying to say that people that read the tarot cards, have their eyes on the sky, have their third eye open, whatever you guys want to call it, new agey, old agey. I wear all black myself. I'm really gothic myself. I'm not saying that everything is satanic. What I am trying to say is, if you guys allow and entertain these spirits and entities to take over your life and tell you how or who you are in life, you're going to turn out to be less righteous. So yeah, I think paranormal activities are also real. It doesn't mean that you are negative or you are followed by demons or you're practicing demonic entity stuff or practicing witchcraft. I'm not trying to say that. I'm saying, guys, if you entertain it, you're probably going to less be connected to the creator. However, that does not mean things do not happen. I myself, I'm a survivor of a cryptic showing in front of me when I was 22 years old. I wasn't high. I wasn't drunk. I was fresh out of jail. I was completely conspiracy free because I wasn't a conspiracy theorist back then. And then I was also drug free. So when you tell me, when people say, hey, I had an entity, I had sleep paralysis, I've seen an owl, I've seen things like that, I relate to it 100%. It gives me chills when I speak about it because it's true. It really does happen to people on a daily basis. A lot of us are afraid to talk about it, though.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I spent a good portion of my life being afraid to tell anybody. In fact, my sister had been probably the only person that I've told my experiences to until, I don't know, probably like 6, 7 years ago. And then that's when the kind of like the thought of the podcast started happening. And then, 2020, the fucking kind of woke me up. I'll be
Pandemic.
honest. Yeah, the pandemic. Yeah, the Event 201. The minute when I posted a video about Event 201 and Facebook banned me from Facebook, I was like, there's something going on here. This is fishy because Event 201 is a real fucking thing. So to ban that was really strange to me. So
Absolutely.
that's when like I started getting more and more interested in conspiracies, shadow government shit, and
Mm.
I started talking about the paranormal and the cryptids and stuff like that. So if you don't mind, I would like to, since you brought it up just a second ago,
Mm.
what was the what was the reason you went to jail for, if you don't mind talking about it? If you don't want to talk about it, we can delete that out.
No, it's okay. I'm completely open about this. Actually, thank you for asking that question. You're the first person that ever asked me about that, even though I've mentioned it on many different shows. The reason I went to jail was because my 12-year-old sister at the time was raped by an 18-year-old dude. Now, it was consensual sex. However, the manner, so mind you guys, I'm from the ghetto, bro. I'm from Almani, California, bro. I'm in the slums of Almani, bro. In the slums of the valley in down of LA, bro. If anybody knows the region, we'll know that we're separated by the valley, by the flats, and by downtown LA. East LA, the valley, San Gabriel Valley, we're fucking ghetto as hell. We're raised by tweakers. We go to jail for a living. We're in and out of jail every 5-6 months. We're in and out. That's lifestyle. The Chicano, Pocho, the lowriders. That's lifestyle here. So, mind you, my 12-year-old sister is fully developed, fully sexually activated, and she was dating this dude. Now, when I confronted the guy and I asked him, and I was keeping an eye on her.
Yeah.
I'm the only dude in the house. I'm keeping an eye on her, of course. But when I asked him, hey, yo, bro, are you gonna take care of my sister? That's all I asked him. I didn't ask him like, do you love her? I know what's going on. I don't know. He's 18 years old at this time. I'm 21. I know what's popping, bro. He told me, he laughed. And he had this stupid ass grin in his face, and he said this. He goes, "Now I'm gonna be a little less explicit because I know the show's gonna be probably on YouTube, and I don't want to say too much. But he used very foul language, and he said, and he with an attitude, with a little hood attitude, in Rosemead. I remember that stuff. He goes, dude, I her in school during lunch, and she gave it all up to me. That's all I'm saying in the way he said it. It took me a split of a half of a second to rock his mouth up, bro. I destroyed his grill so freaking bad, bro. His teeth, it's not his bottom jaw, like his bottom of his jaw. His gum, the gum of his teeth were bent backwards. I didn't break his teeth. I broke his gums. And I went to jail. 30 days later, I had the gang squad pull me out of my house, naked, fresh off of work, from my bathtub. Pulled me naked out of my freaking bathtub and said, you did this, you did this, you did this, you're going to jail. And I went to jail like a freaking Mexican. Went to jail, bro. Like a beaner with the wiener. Went to jail, dog. And then I sold a vehicle. I had 3 cars at the time. I sold one of my cars. I told my father, I'm adopted, by the way. So one of my father was like, he knew what's up. He goes, hey, my son is not a gangbanger. He knew I wasn't a gangbanger. I was a hardworking man. And I told him, sell one of my cars, pay the bail, and I need to fight this case from the outside in. My public defender told me the same thing. He goes, I believe you. For some reason, I believe you. You're talking from the heart. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm not a freaking gambler. I beat his ass because he's freaking smashing a 12-year-old. That's what's the bottom line. And the 12-year-old is not gonna talk or testify against him because she's in love. I'm the only guy in the house, and that's what's happening. So my public defender told me, okay, well, if you want to beat this case, you need to beat it from the outside out. You need to find a way to get out. So I got out. I spent 3 weeks in county. I almost died. Got jumped many times. jumped back people many times. I almost caught some cases. And by the time I got out, I fought the case. I went through 3 preliminary trials, and on my fourth trial, bro, I went there, and this is like a 2-year span, bro. I went back, and I was already making payments. I was paying $350 every week. That's a full check. I was getting $12 an hour back there, $350 a week out of a $500 check. That's all my check, bro. You're talking about 3/4 of my check, bro. Every single week to pay for his teeth and recovery and therapy and physical therapy, because he was saying that I assaulted him with a deadly weapon. Well, all I did was beat his ass once. I hit him once. The point here is that he showed up the last time. His private lawyer threw the case out the window once she found out that he was smashing a 12-year-old, and then he caught a case for statutory rape by California. So California, the state, began to fight his ass. You know what the freaking judge told me? He goes, Garcia, I don't ever want to see you in this freaking courtroom again. If I see you here again, you're taking 12 to 50 years. You're not coming back here. I was like, hell no, let's go. He goes, get out of here. You don't owe this guy a dime. I did 120 hours of anger management. I went through freaking hell to get my life together again after that, to get hired by people, to get this expunged. My freaking felony fell to a misdemeanor. I fought cases, bro. I fought a case for almost 4 years trying to get this expunged. Point is now that here I am. And thankfully to God, my little sister is a grown-ass woman. She's living her life. She knows what's up. And the dude is still in jail. Probably waiting to get out to come and beat my ass this time.
Man,
yeah, man.
I had I didn't end up going to jail, and then I talked about it on your show for the first time publicly. What happened? Basically, I mean, it's my sister's story to tell, so I'm not gonna get into details. But dude, I know I know the rage, I know the feeling, and I probably would have done the same exact shit. So
it's something like like what? Like boom! It hits you like a strike. It goes,
it's like. It's like an instant react. It's almost like your body's reacting before you can even really think of what's happening. Like it's certain way that people talk to you when you're especially when it's something you care about, like your kids, your little sister, your little brother, or your mom, or whatever, something like that. And it's just like a certain line, and it's just all of a sudden you're moving before you even know you're moving. So
and by the time you figure it out, you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yes, yeah. I mean, I broke some kid's cheekbone, and his eye was hanging out, and I thank God every day that this kid didn't fucking put me away, because he totally could have. He's like, I don't know what happened. That's what he said. Like he hugged me.
Balls.
He hugged me after we fought too, and his eye was like this, and fucking, he's like, that was a good fight, man. And I was like, yeah. I was like, go to the hospital. And then fucking he told everybody the hospital that he's like, I don't know how it happened. And he could have put me away for a long time, or for at least for a while, because we were like 16 at the time. So but yeah,
you would have done a while, man.
And like and then I did amateur cage fighting for a while. So like after all that experience, I've and my testimonial and stuff like that, like I'm at the point now where I'm just like, I realize what I'm capable of, and I know there's people out there that are better than me. There's no doubt about it. And I don't want to come across somebody that is, and they give it to me. I mean,
with no restraint, yeah.
Right. Obviously, they're not going to leave without being like, oh, that came from that kid. But like at the same time, I don't want to kill anybody, because you can by doing that shit. So I'm calmed down. I'm glad you're still here, man. I'm glad that your neighborhood didn't get the best of you.
Oh, hell no, bro. Hell no, dude. You know what's funny, bro? You know what's funny? I was never really into gangs too. Like, yeah, you could see that I'm bald and tatted up, and I might be affiliated, but I never was part of a gang. Like, as soon as I came out of jail, and I was like, dude, it wasn't even Penn. It wasn't like that. Like, it wasn't my home, right? It was just county. And I was like, dude, there's more possibilities of you dying at the county jail than in prison. So I'm like, what the crap, bro? This is what these guys look up to? So you guys want to get tatted up, claim the streets, run around. You're not even really having sex. So there's not that many hood rats out there. Like, you have to really hunt for the hood rats. And like, do drugs, get caught up, go to jail, and then get caught up again with your own homies, because your homies catch you up too. It's not like they fucking let you slip. Hell nah. You have to, like, in county, that's where you get your stripes to make your life in prison. So I'm like, you're nuts. This is not for me, bro. I'm gonna be a conspiracy theorist. Fresh after that, bro, I was introduced to my little friend. I haven't given him a name yet, but I was 22 years old when I first saw an elf, bro, and I brought that episode. I brought that information up on shout outs to Cryptid Huntress, shout outs to Prometheus Lens, shout outs to Drewski from the Cryptid Warfare podcast and Cryptid Warfare Operations. Shout outs to all my boys, bro. These guys are amazing. I shout out. I have Cryptid Warfare Ops on my website promoting these mother truckers, promoting what you guys did that night. And on the next excursion, I'll probably be there. I'll probably be the only West Coast mother trucker out there doing the thing. But yeah, bro, like it's paranormal stuff, bro. People kind of overlook it, kind of like, oh, you're freaking nuts, you're crazy. And a lot of us are born this. I don't know if you guys are Star Wars fans. I love this shit, by the way. I love Star Wars, and Star Wars is really like that. Like, you're born with the sensitivity of the Force, and then you can manipulate things, reality around your life. That's exactly what life is. It's just perfectly put out. That's exactly what it is. Like, you have the ability to see things, foretell things, emotionally feel things in your gut, and you're like, oh my goodness, you're like, what the crap, I see this coming. Bam, it happens 2 weeks later, it happens a week later, or sometimes immediately. And you see immediate karmic retribution happen immediately, bro. You start seeing patterns, you see numbers. You're more. That's why I am really is like, most people say, like, oh, you're easily influenced by drug addicts, and that's why you are a drug addict. If you put that into context, if I stay away from the drug addicts and I start getting influenced by the higher ups, by elites, or people that are actually in power, what would that mean? So you're telling me that if I was an elite, you're telling me that, oh yeah, I'm easily influenced? Or am I a hard worker dude? You'll never tell me that I'm a hard working dude. You'll say, like, oh, this guy is easily influenced, right? Because you're keeping that same energy back when you saw me fucking smoking meth. Right? So you're thinking, if not everybody's going to think the way I think, but if you keep that same energy, we are the people that are the filter, the people that are sensitive to this stuff, sensitive to energies, sensitive to people's energy, sensitive to people's auras, sensitive to information. You can see between the veil. You could have a piece of information and be like, look at it from far and say, like, oh, wait, there's more here than just emotion. Because not emotion doesn't run everything. You see what I'm saying, right? Like, the moment when I saw that elf, if I would have just frozen, that elf probably would have pushed me over the edge, and I would have been practicing the dark arts. I would have probably dove into tarot, or I don't know, becoming a freaking warlock, throwing voodoo on people. Santeria. You see what I'm saying, right? Yeah, being a fucking curandero. That's real shit. People do that shit because one of my guardian angels told me, I have to be influenced by that. Because you're easily influenced. You see what I'm saying, right? What I'm trying to say is, people, life is not like that, bro. And most of us live our day like we are susceptible. Like, humankind, bro, are so easily tricked to be a race to worship others. Like, we worship our enslavers, bro. And I'm not talking about conspiracy theories. I'm talking about life. Who's your favorite actor? Who's your favorite singer? Who do you strive to be like? When you go out to that freaking club and you throw on that thong, who do you want to look like? Kardashians? What's the type of man you want to attract? Etc. and etc. and etc. I'm not talking shit here. This is just facts, man. You see what I'm saying? So, like, for people that are sensitive to that, you're like, oh, snap. Wait, I have the opportunity to break this habit, break this chain, and look deep into it. and maybe not dive into magic or dark arts. So yeah, sorry for the rant there.
Dude, it's all good. I used to be one of those people. I know from listening to your show that you were close in there too, where it was always drinking, partying all the time and stuff like that. It was before my kids, and even when my son was born, still like I was still trying to get out there and party still, and I was speaking to other women in a way that I shouldn't have been when, the mother of my children was home and stuff like that. And I mean, I was young, I was stupid, and you don't really think about the consequences of your actions when you're there. And
100%.
I think there's a whole lot of things that are happening between whether it's the government or the fucking elites, the Hollywood. It's like a combined effort to make you shut off the special part of you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
Damn.
looking forward to the fucking weekend to let loose when you should be really looking forward to every minute of every day.
I have a story for you. So before I had this situation where I saw this, and not to take away from that, we're gonna come back to the rat race. I call that what you just said right now. I call that the rat race, right?
Yeah.
The hamster wheel, right? What we belong to every single day. Before I had this elf show up at when I was 22 years old under the full moon. It was a full moon that night. That's why now I'm looking into the moon cycles, and I'm actually doing some deep dives on the moon cycles, not in an esoteric way, but in a way to break it down and to understand it so that I could bring it forth and actually tell people about it. But my mom used to tell me this story. My mom, rest in peace, she's from Guadalajara, Mexico. And there was this story about this dude that played the accordion for weddings. And he was hired with his band to play for the wedding one night. He was married, and his wife was pregnant. He was a happy dude. His name was Emilio. So the dude Emilio, where's that Roxbury?
yes.
It ain't love. No,
Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you, but I fucking
Roxbury,
had to do it.
Dude, that movie is a life-changing movie. That one and Talladega Nights. If you guys haven't seen Talladega Nights or Step Brothers, guys, you have to. It's life-changing. All right, but if you're not first or last, shake and bake, baby.
Absolutely.
Bobby. I didn't even know what to do with my hands, man.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus. You can pray when it's your turn to pray. You can pray to whatever Jesus you want to. I'm going to choose baby Jesus.
I love baby Jesus, bro. I love it, bro. Yeah, dude. So Emilio, I was hired to play the accordion with his band at a wedding that night. It was a Saturday night. And mind you, in Guadalajara, Mexico, there's plazas. Each plaza has its lighting. And everybody outside of the plaza, which is kind of like a mini tiny shopping center, and where the civic center would be, and where maybe where the firemen would be, it's like a tiny little, it's like a plaza. It's kind of like a civic center plaza where you would go to your regular house. But our cities are well more developed than theirs during the time, right? So the streets are light up, but in order to get to his house, he lives in the outskirts of La Plaza. He lives in the outskirts of the little freaking city. He needs to take either alleys or the main streets are lit up, but the main streets will take him 40 minutes to walk there to his home. So he's like, okay, well, it's 1:30. I'm a dip out and I'm gonna go home, take the alleyways. Nothing's gonna hurt me. Everybody knows me in town. They know what I do. I'm gonna walk. He starts walking through the alleys, bro. Now the alleys in Guadalajara, Mexico, the alleys is not like downtown LA alleys where you see homeless people fucking shooting up and it's all cement. No, you don't see that, bro. It's like wilderness, bro. You see a brick wall, you see some houses, and the houses are parted by fucking a gate that's maybe half a mile long. It's fucking far, bro. And the alley is like a dirt road, and you have to walk, and it's very dark, and there's little mounds, and it's almost backside country stuff. All right, guys. So he drives, he takes one of these roads, and he's just in the dark, bro. And he's playing his accordion softly. 6 duendes showed up. Now, what I mean duende, the same type of size that I met. No bigger than this. Tiny mother truckers, bro. Look at my hand compared to this fucking stone. So they show up and they ask him, "Hey, Emilio, hey." And he's like freaked out. But this time is lost for him. And they asked him, "Play us a song. We'll give you jewelry. We'll give you what your heart desires. Play us a song. Play us a song." And he starts dancing for him. And he plays the song. He starts getting down while he's walking home. That walk home costed him 10 years. By the time he got back from the trance, it was daylight. It was dawn. And he showed up. Everything was different now. There were cement roads in different areas now. Different people. There was different stores in different corners now. And he saw his feet. His feet were torn. His clothes was torn. He had a beard. He was torn up. He didn't realize what the fuck just happened to me. He cracked back and he went home. His home had a different fence. His front door had a different color. And he knocks on the door. And his wife opens the door. And now she's pregnant. She looks different. And she looks at him and she goes, "Emilio." She freaking drops the leche, bro. She drops whatever she was, the pan dulce or tamales, whatever the fuck she had in her hand. And her new husband, walks behind her. He goes, "¿Quién es? Who is it?" And he's like, "What the heck?" And she goes, "Emilio, where you been?" He goes, "I just got back from the wedding." She goes, "You've been lost. You've been dead for 10 years. Where have you been?" A split minute after, the third person shows up and you hear him. And she calls Emilio. She's Emilio Jr., the kid that was his baby while he was playing the accordion at that wedding. Kid shows up. That's his firstborn. He shows up and he has the same face as the elf that stopped him and asked him to play the song.
Oh, shit.
So the freaking elf didn't only steal his time. The elf stole his seed. And then the kid looked at him and gave him an evil grin. And he just stayed quiet and just grinned at him. Emilio then, after that, turned around. Became the neighborhood drunk. Carved 6 faces on that freaking accordion. Left his accordion after he played. He played the accordion until he fucking fell. Of old age. He ran that same route and walked it day and night, until his feet bled to try to relive that time and go back when he originally left. Never again people found Emilio. Emilio died as a homeless, drunk man of the neighborhood. My mom told me that story after I met the freaking elf. And she goes, "Are you Emilio?" I was like, "No." I was like, "No, Mom." She goes, "Don't talk about it. Don't mention him. You don't try to mimic it. Don't leave offerings. Let it be." Dude, I went nuts when my mom told me that. She goes, "I used to see them when I was young in Guadalajara as well." I was like, then that's when it snapped. Mind you, I'm adopted. So this entity wasn't there for me. This entity was a childhood trauma that followed my mom and then saw weakness in me and an opportunity to inject, to push me over the edge so that I could tap into some darker powers or influence me to some darker motives. Guys, I'm not saying I'm special. I'm just saying everything that you consume, your favorite freaking person on TikTok is called a freaking influencer for a freaking reason. Because they're influencing you to do and cause havoc, not only upon yourself, but upon your children and upon others. Influence. I'm not saying that this dude showed up on me and showed me his face because I'm freaking special and I'm like, fuck that. No, I'm saying that this could happen to anyone. And the way you guys have your influencers, I've had mine. He just didn't succeed. That's basically, what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, the fucking story is fucking wild, and it makes me think it makes me wonder how many people out there have had this experience, and I'm just looking at them with a freaking cardboard sign where they're asking for money. You know what I mean?
Emilio.
Exactly. Damn. I've seen, dude, this woman, I've told the story, but this this woman asked me if I wanted a blowjob on the street a couple months ago. She's like, she waved me down. She
Mm.
looks, she doesn't look very well. She doesn't look clean. She looks a little greasy. But if she was clean, she probably would have been an okay looking woman. Not something that I would have
No,
enjoyed,
I
but
run I run across
you
those
know
all
what I
the
mean?
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
we call them baby tweakers out here because they're like, oh, she's not wasted yet. Like wasted, like she's still well put together. She just showered. Maybe you hit it and quit it. Just
Right,
not that
right.
your morals aren't down there. I'm just saying it's true though.
And she starts waving. I'm in my work truck, first of all, and she starts waving. She's like, "Hey!" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then she crossed the street, and I had my blinker on to turn left, and she crossed it diagonally so that I couldn't leave where I was coming from. And I was like, "Fucking A, what does this bitch want?" And so I roll down my window, and she goes, "I'm like, what's up?" And she's like, "Do you want do you want head?" And I go, "What?" And she goes, "Do you want me to suck your dick?" And I go, "No." And she goes, $40. And I go, "No, I'm all set." I was like, "I can get
Yeah,
it for
how
free
many?
at home." And she's like, and then she goes, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm fucking sure."
She had a great attitude. I like her hustle, dog.
Yeah.
I love
And
that
she's
shit,
just
bro.
like, and she just like, okay. And she like slowly turned away from me, like, is that you're losing out on an opportunity here? This is a great, fantastic opportunity.
It's a bargain where you don't get $40 fucking hand jobs or blow jobs out here no more. She, oh god, I'm telling you, bro, you'll be surprised how many men would not pass out on that.
Oh, I'm sure. I seen her the other day, and I was like, "Oh, there's that lady," and she was talking to this dude, and they were like really close together as they're walking down. And
Game, yeah.
he was definitely not homeless. He was
Hmm.
100% not homeless, and they were walking together. And it was
Hmm.
like, it seemed like to me like he was like, "So are you sure? Like just $40? Just $40? You'd slap on it real quick, and that's all I got to do. That's it. Just put it." She's, "Make sure you like brush your teeth or something." I don't fucking know,
It's
but
fucking nuts, bro.
it's wild out there. It is wild out there. There's a business here in my town that's shutting down because of the homeless, and they're driving away their customers. Like, customers don't want to be there because of the unhoused people are just hanging out in front of it and leaving trash and just being obscene.
Hmm.
And like, yeah, that's a problem, but at the same time, like, they don't have anywhere to go. What do you want them to do?
Hmm. Hmm. Absolutely.
So
And it's something that you
um
guys have created. Maybe you guys take the chance all the freaking time to do some research and then change your local government. Maybe you guys wouldn't have a freaking problem. All I'm saying is change your local government. You're never gonna change Donald Trump or anybody else in the government, on the federal government. I'm just saying, if you guys want to make a change, make it at home first. And after you do it at home, then you do it to your civic or to your civil or to your local government. And that's where the change comes from your local
Absolutely.
government. That's what it is, man.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. There's a whole lot of people talking politics on fucking social media, but none of them are doing anything.
Yeah,
They'll complain of, I
1,000%.
mean, I'll be honest with you, I complain too, but I think the whole entire government needs to be replaced, to be honest with you.
All I know is that Michelle Obama has a bigger dick than Obama.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about that shit. That's
Oh
nuts.
man. Let's hear about this elf you saw, man. I'd love to hear that story.
I was again 22 years old. My brother, now I'm adopted. My two brothers are twin brothers. One of them slept in his other room, and then the one I used to share my room with, he went chasing for a girl in Texas, and he left a mountain, like a mountain of dirty clothes. Man, we had twin beds. I came out of jail, and I was like, "What the fuck is this we're doing in my room?" He's just lived in my room now, and when I showed up, I was like, "Okay, well, fuck it. He's gonna leave anyway." So he left, and he left a mountain of dirty clothes there before he left. He took off in a freaking Greyhound, and like 2 weeks, almost a week and a half after, I just got home and I threw myself back. And I had to grab my pipe and my weed, Back then, weed, bro, was just weed. It was just either chronic stress or
Mhm.
kush. It wasn't like all the stuff that you have now. It's just fucking retarded now. I don't know. I'm from California, guys. Like, I don't care if it's wax, clacks, snacks, Twix, sticks, whatever the fuck you call it now. I don't care. I just, back in the day, I would smoke the weed that you would break, you know, put it in the fucking
The bud.
The fucking bud, bro. Stress. I think in the South they call it Reggie, whatever, bro. The fucking bottom of the barrel shit, right? So I had my pipe in my hand, and then I threw myself back, and I went like this, and I was just staring at the window. And I remember that night we didn't have any. At least his window didn't have any curtains, and then the moon was bright, so bright and full that the light was coming and simmering, like a little stray of light was hitting like the side of the bed, and I was just looking at the particles of dust in the moonlight. Have you ever just stared? Like comfortable stare, like a comfortable stare. You're just like, like a comfortable stare.
Mm-hmm.
I was having one of those, and out of nowhere, bro, I see like out of the mound of clothes, like something moved the mound of clothes. It's tiny. It was a tiny move. It was like just like that. It wasn't like a big everything. No, just something moved, and I caught it from my the bottom of my peripheral, and I was like, I looked at it, I looked back, and then the voice in my head. Now, guys, if you're schizophrenic or if you've ever done meth or any type of drugs, you have voices in your head. I have different voices in my head. They all talk different shit at the same time. Sometimes they talk shit to each other, and I'm just listening there like, what the heck? I'm a little psycho. I'm a nut. So one of my voices goes, what the fuck was that, bro? You tweaking, dog. The other one's like, no, you didn't see anything. And the one that tells me you're tweaking goes, bro, you're tweaking, bro. Look at it. And I look back, bam, and I focus. That's when I focus my eyes, bro. And then I see it again. Bro, I see it again. It goes again. And at that point, I'm scared. If it's a freaking roach, bro, and we have big roaches in LA, bro, if it's a flying roach, I'm running out of this fucking building, bro. I swear. I thought it was a roach. I thought it was like an insect. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? It's a mouse, an insect. What's going on here, bro? I don't have the time for this shit. And then it comes out, bro. And out of the mound, it goes, boom. And I see his head, bro. I saw his head again, bro. This is the size of the creature I saw, and his head is yay big. So that's the size of his head. His head was as big as half of his body. If he walked, he could have been like, he just, would have tilted. Shit. Like he was like a big-headed dome dude. I seen him, and he looked almost like me, like brown, wrinkled, big ass nose. I have a big nose too, but like he had like a little bit of hair, his little tight clothes, and I seen him, and he locked eyes with me, bro, and we're talking about maybe 10 to 12 feet away, and we locked eyes, bro. Bam! He jumps from my brother's bed to the back of the dresser, jumps 3-4 times, and I could hear him go like behind the dresser, and I'm following the noise as if I'm seeing him. I could hear the dresser, so I'm following the noise with my eye, and then he pops out of. So back then we had HD TVs, but they weren't flat. They were like not like the shit that you see back here. They had like a little bump in the back, like we had, This is 2022, bro. I mean 2012. Sorry. So we're like, we weren't all full in on flat screens yet. LCD was still expensive. Walmart was selling them for like $500 on a fucking 50-inch. It was still expensive back then. So we're like, what the heck? I seen it, and then he pops his eyes, his whole head, bro, outside of the TV. He goes like this. He looks at me, bro, and then I left my door slightly open, almost like an inch open, and I hear my dad, my father, get off his bed like it creaks like an old man's bed, like you could hear like when an old person's gonna get off his bed. Imagine that, visualize that. And I hear, and then I hear him, and he looks at me, and he goes, bam! He dips out the door, and then I hear my dad open the door to his room and walk to the restroom. I waited for that elf all night. I fell asleep waiting for him. Woke up early. When I woke up with my mom used to wake up early. She used to wake up like at 6 a.m. because she used to cook for my dad before he left to work.
Yeah.
So my dad was still in the restroom when he was brushing his teeth or whatever, and I walked out of there, bro. And I was like, Mom, guess what? And she goes, what happened? And she goes, what's going on with you? Go to sleep, you fucking tweaker. I told my mom, I saw an elf. And my mom looked at me. She's like, what? And she kind of put her hand on my chest and she was like, ¿Qué dijiste? Like, what you say? Like, wait, what? I'm like, I saw an elf. Mom, I swear I saw a fucking elf. And she's like, relax. You saw an elf? I was like, yes. I told him what it looked like. And she goes, okay, mijo, look. And that's what she told me. She goes, I've seen him all the time. Don't mention him. Don't talk about it. Don't talk to him. Don't look for him. Don't leave offerings. If he lets you see him, he lets you see him. Let it be. I'm like, what do you mean let it be? Don't tell me to let it be, bro. She goes, let it be. That's it. That's all I can tell you. You don't want that. Don't ask for it. Just let it be. Bro, those words have resonated in me. My mom passed, and I wasn't able to ask her about this again, bro. I wasn't able to get clarity. Later on, as a conspiracy theorist, I found out that these things get attached to you because of childhood traumas. Not childhood traumas as a child that you had a trauma, but traumas that were inherited by your ancestors. So generational trauma. Now, I've said this on Nephilim Death Squad and other shows. My great grandmother from my genetic side, she was a skinwalker. I said this on Cryptid Huntress. She was a skinwalker. She would change. She was from Guatemala. So my genetic parents are from Guatemala. My mother was number 11 of all the children that she had. She had, I think, 14 kids. My mom was technically, she just had her, grabbed it, took out the placenta, all the cables, grabbed it and threw her in the trash. The person that picked up my mother was her grandmother, which makes her my great-grandmother. My great-grandmother was the village witch. She was the one that people would come to and pay and give offerings to, and chickens and frogs and human blood, so that they can talk to dead and deceased demonic entities. So then, when my mom was picked up, my great-grandmother used to turn, after she would do a session in a waning crescent moon, she would become a wild hog and murder the men that wouldn't be able to pay up. She killed almost 14 people. The village is called Gualan, Zacapa, Gualan, Zacapa with the Z, in Guatemala. My family is the only Garcia in that village. And still to this day, my mom's, not that my mom is Garcia, but my mom went crazy for a while. They stoned. Now, if you guys don't know this, in any third world country, specifically in Latin America, they don't have cops to go investigate things. If you're caught up sleeping with a married man, that woman gets stoned to death, scalped, and dragged. Her corpse gets dragged by a horse throughout the entire village. People take the law into their own hands. So they stoned my great-grandmother, and my mom went crazy and started practicing the witchcraft. My mom used to get her hair. She used to sleep on hammocks. Back then, they sleep in hammocks. It's a village, a third world village. They slept on hammocks. And my mom used to throw her long, silky black hair, throw it behind on the hammock, all loosened up. And in the morning when she would wake up, the spirit of her grandmother used to come and braid her hair. And my mom used to wake up with her hair braided. So my mom went crazy, started communicating with her. My mom lost her virginity to a tree trunk trying to fucking do a ritual. So that I don't speak to my mother anymore. I talk to my mother very briefly once or twice a year. And not that I don't need her. I've always needed my mother. But give me a moment. Okay, baby, yeah. Boy. But so you might have to edit that apart because my baby was talking.
Yeah, you're good.
But yeah, so my mother went to a position where she went nuts. She came back to she left that village because they were gonna stone her to death. And she came to LA, met my father, and then my father impregnated her. Nah, shut up. Now, I'm not saying, guys, that I refuse any connection with any entity, demonic, body, or spirit that took over my mom. I refuse it. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus Christ. I do not want those gifts, curses, talents, or whatever you want to call them. I don't want it. But I do know that my family were exposed to some certain stuff. And by the time I came around, that elf was not there to showcase his magical powers on me. He was trying to push me on to look deep into inside where I belong and maybe attach himself to me or influence me to become something more in a negative field. Be part of a covenant. Get connected with the Quetzalcoatl secret society. I don't fucking know. I'm just saying these abilities, things do exist. So the people that are going through it, I believe you. I know it happens. I know you can read the tarot. I know there's angels that tell you things. I know these things have been around for a very long time. They've been around for before you and before your ancestors and ancestors. And they know what you like. They know what your parents liked. They know what your grandparents liked. They knew their habits. They knew what traumas you have. They know exactly how to motivate you or influence you in every single way or manner. So when they tell you, hey, you're going to be this, you're going to do that, and you're talking to them, that's the copycat of when you talk to Jesus or the creator. See, when it's a copycat, it's just exactly what it is. So I'm not saying you're doing it wrong. If you're happy and content, as long as you're not hurting children or other people, I'm happy for you. Continue on with your life. That's your problem. What we say here in LA is that's your pedo, which means that's your fault, that you felt it, you doubt it type of shit. That's your shit. I'm not judging you. I'm not going to judge you, but I am going to criticize the motherfucking shit out of you. Stop fucking around or you're going to find out. I didn't want to fuck around and find out. Fuck that. Sorry, I was talking too much.
No, dude, it's good. That's a wild story. First of all, elves fascinate me. Like I don't want to fucking deal with no negative entity, but I've seen a village of mushroom people when I was a kid, and I don't know if that's like if that's like a similar thing. Like, because they talk about like elves and fairies and like little people like of being like this elemental realm, which apparently because the mushroom people I saw same size as that stone, same size of that elf that you saw, 3 inches tall.
Yes.
So it's really I mean I don't know.
People can tap into it, bro. You can tap into it. People, especially sensitive folks. I'm not saying I'm sensitive because I've never been paranormally activated, thank God. And not that I'm looking for to be paranormally activated, but there's people that are sensitive to it, and you can tap into that, bro. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying kind of like it's a black or white thing. Think about what the Freemasons say. The Freemasons say it. The Christians say it. The Muslims say it. The Jews say it. Everybody says it. It's a black or white. If you are not with me, you're against me. Anakin Skywalker said that to Obi-Wan Kenobi in their fight right before Anakin fully became Darth Vader. And he told him, if you're not with me, you're against me. I will do what I must. And the duel of the fates happened. It's duel of the fates. It's duality. It's black or white. You can't be gray. There's no gray Jedi or gray pill. It's only black or white. That's all it is, bro. That's all exists. You could call it many different names. You know, you could call it the last airbender. You could call it the dragon. You could call it Buddha. You could call it whatever you want. He's going to wear 1,000 different faces to have you act 1,000 different ways except the original way, the righteous way, the way where there's a small little trail to get to heaven. You know, I did a deep dive on the Olmec Society. And I'll bring this in because it kind of gets into like paranormal activation stuff. And I'm sorry if I'm talking too much, but hey, you wanted a freaking show. Here we are. The Olmecs, which are even more ancient than Teotihuacan, they were even more ancient than the Aztecs and the Mayans and the Incas. These people left fingers, and they were so in tune to the Earth's algorithm that they were trying to put themselves inside of it. Now, when you look at these ancients, for example, the Aztecs and people that were sacrificing so that the rain can fall, and they were taking people's hearts out, and eating their brains, etc., etc., etc. They were what they would do with their bodies was they would get the freaking body of the conquered village of a warrior. They would stake out his heart, eat the heart, take out the brain, eat the brain, and the family of the warrior that caught that warrior that they just sacrificed, because they were wrestlers, they were boxers, they didn't fight with they fought with their hands. They would throw the body down the stairs, and then the body was collected later by the people, the family of the warrior that caught him. So then they would cut the body, and then they would bring the body back to home, and they would chop up the body and make mole with it, stew, different types of flavors, food with the body, and they would consume it. The body. Then the wife and the kids of that person that they were eating would be part of their family, and they were forced to eat their warrior, their father, their grandfather, whoever they captured, so that they would fully be commended and indulge into the empire. They would eat the body of the person they just conquered to become the empire. The empire was their body. It was always inside in. It was looking towards inside. It was never outside. So when the priests found out that they were not trying to mimic gods and pray to the gods, they were actually trying to pray to the earth, and deep inside, the Olmecs found this out. They were trying to use liquid obsidian and biometrics, which is blood, which is bloodshed, because that's what your biometrics. They were trying to use biometrics in different algorithms and different lines and under different moons and over different winter and summer solstices, so that they could crack open a little gape of gateway and portal, so that they could transfer their body and essence into the organic algorithm of the earth to avoid judgment. Do you know who else also broke and opened a portal for salvation in a different dimension by spilling his blood on a cross? Jesus. Do you know who else practiced that shit? Spilling blood to open portals so that you could go to a different dimension? Every single civilization, including Lucifer himself. Point here is, you would see different ways and different lies and different lifestyles and influencers to keep you away from the Creator and the righteous path, so that you could continue hurting yourself, your children, and others. I know I talked a lot. I just gave you bits and pieces, but the point is, there's the liar, the accuser. He has 1,000 faces in 1,000,000 different ways to make you believe in him, except the original way. For example, you used to be an addict. You have traumas. You have dealt with different things. You've tried bike riding, tried womanizing, you've tried drinking, smoking, fucking, sucking, disrupting, whatever the fuck you've tried. Pipes, you tried dust, you've tried leaves, you tried everything. But have you ever tried a little bit of Jesus Christ? See what I'm saying, right? You've tried it all. That's my same mentality. I've tried it all. I've tried raving. I've tried everything, bro. I've tried everything. I've even tried swinging, bro. I was invited to freaking swinger parties, bro. It was fucking retarded. I was deep into the shit. I'm just saying, dog. It's the real shit happens in life where you get influenced and get fucking pulled apart from the original. There's always an original. Everything else is a copy. It's like China. It's China. It's China.
Dude, that's fucking, first of all, that's crazy, because I was also invited to swinger parties a few years ago when I was single. They wrote me into like now, this bro. Fucking,
so many people out there now.
They got me into this Facebook group, and I didn't really know what it was. And they're like, all of a sudden, these like women started reaching out to me and be like, "Have you ever been to a swingers party?"
Yeah, it's always women.
And I was always like, "No." And they're like, "Well, what are you into?" And I was like, "Women. Like, what do you want?" I don't know what you're talking about. And so like they would like, "Well, if you come, I can hold your hand and I can help you do this. And, you know, basically like you can fuck me if you want, basically. And then whoever you want after that." And I was like, "What the hell?" And like, obviously a couple years ago when I was single, I was like, cool. And as I told you on your show recently, I've become a lot more, I think I'm becoming Christian, and I kind of want to get baptized. My son's talking about Jesus Christ and stuff huge, like that, you know, and it's wild. And to go back to that story, or, well, I don't know if it's a story, but it's talking about, what the hell, what was the name of it?
The Olmecs?
Yes. There was a cult in the early 90s, late 80s, I don't know, but they were in Mexico City and they had this little girl. Her name was Maria. They called her daughter, and they would bring in every once in a while. They were looking for nannies for her, and she didn't understand why her nannies never like stuck around. Basically, what was happening was this family would bring in. They put out an ad for nannies. The nannies would come, they would talk to them, interview them, kill them, and then cook them and eat them, and then feed them to the little girl, and trying to open up a fucking portal.
There it is. There it is. Yeah.
So what ended up happening was that once the police were notified, and they ended up getting, like, they came in and raided this place and they found Maria. That's what happened to her mom. So she was like 2 years old. They called her. They lured her mother in to their house, killed her mother, cooked her mother, fed her mother to her, and then kept her with them, and then continued trying to feed other women, cooked women, to this little girl for the next couple of years.
They have people are going to ask, like, why Mexico? Why the Yucatan Peninsula?
No.
Well, it turns out that the Yucatan Peninsula is a very rich place in energy. You have not only sun worshiping, moon worshiping, but you have the deepest cave systems in the world, not only in Mexico, but across the hemisphere, or when you follow the ley lines all the way around the world, where you have the Yucatan Peninsula and the pyramids of the sun and the Quetzalcoatl people. You'll have also connect dots into the Bermuda Triangle, and it has connect dots with the Pillars of Hercules. Then it has the Sahara Eye of the Desert, and then you have Greece, and then you have Jerusalem, and then you have Egypt. It's the same ley line around the freaking planet. If the Earth was flat, if the Earth was round, right? I'm just for the people that are flat earthers out there, but it all connects. And then they have the deepest cave systems, freshwater cave system. If you go to the Yucatan Peninsula, there's this. They have tours where they let you deep dive into freshwater cave systems that get connected to saltwater oceans underwater. Have you ever seen Namor from fucking Black Panther 2, the movie, the Marvel movie?
Yep.
That's exactly what it is. So, very, very deep. In fact, some of the fucking caves, the people, at least the natives, will not let you enter. Or if you have like a guide or a spirit guide or a field guide, they won't let you enter those caves unless you have been blessed, you've asked permission, and left an offering at the altar, or with a priest, the local priest, so that you can enter those caves. If you don't enter those caves, you get caught up with a sickness called mal vientos, which means terrible winds, and you come back with stutters. You come back aged from the inside out, which means you walk in there, you come back with cancer, or come back with, I don't know, with things like, for example, your liver problems, stomach problems, arthritis, advanced arthritis. It's like if your body aged inside of that cave within minutes, and you came back out because you didn't ask for permission, left the right amount of bloodshed, or gave the right offering. You know what's funny? Offerings are very important. We do offerings all the fucking times. Every single time you open this door and you hear somebody knock, it's an offering of respect to enter that portal. What happened a minute ago when my wife came in? What did she do? She knocked. She sent me a message, and she knocked again. It's an offering. She could have just walked in, but she didn't. She gave me an offering. So you practice offerings in witchcraft on a daily basis. We all do it. It's engraved in our culture on a daily basis. You might not see it. You might not think it is, but you're still ingesting, or also provoking and consuming this magic on a daily basis. You're practicing it. You know, manners are a way of fucking, even manners of how to eat with different utensils on a table like the English do. That's part of a practice of offering, so that you get respected and or accepted. See what I'm saying, right? So it's all magic. It's all, everything that you consume and do is part of this masterful ritual thing. So there's nothing that you can do to stop you from doing the magic. It's just a matter of intent. So it's not like, oh, hey, you know what? I'm a white witch. You know, bro, it's just a matter of intent. Where was your heart at? What were you trying to do? You see when you're trying to hurt someone, trying to hurt somebody else. We're trying to open. So everything that you do, bro, is type of portal opening magic ritual. Everything.
Uh-huh.
And you'll see, a lot of, our bodies are made out of 75% water. The earth is made out of 75% water. The moon phases have a lot to do with this. Moon phases and controllable things and controllable energy, especially when it comes with emotion, especially if it's emotionally charged. They have so much power over your brain, habits. They could control everything that you do, consume, or even try to fucking reflect off. It's so powerful, bro. Emotion is very powerful. That's why love is the most strongest emotion in the fucking universe. It's invisible. Yeah,
I think it's the purpose. I think it's our purpose is to love and to give and receive love.
Absolutely. Yeah, man.
That's what I think. I think more and more people need to focus on living rather than doing things like just going to work 9 to 5, fucking make sure this is done. This is done. Exactly. I think if we get out of this rat race, which we talked about right in the beginning, fucking more and more people start focused on getting out of this rat race. There's a possibility to more and more people are going to vibrate at a higher level, at a higher frequency, and it's only going to help us ascend sooner rather than later. And I think the connectivity of us as a whole relies on that.
Yeah. Bro, when I go to work and I open ADP and I clock in at 4 a.m, every single morning, bro. Why do I have to clock in? What portal am I opening? What's it called when you clock in? It's a portal. Even the website, ADP portal.
Yep.
And you're doing a ritual at the same time every single day for 8 hours. It's fucking trippy. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of conspiracy. I don't know how much time you want to go for. I don't know how long you want to go, but let's give you some more. You want to go more? You want to get...
Let's roll. If you got the time, I got the time.
I got some more time. The baby's still chill, but I want to give you the 8 disasters. Now, guys, I gave this presentation on the Cult of Conspiracies podcast, and I blew their fucking mind. And I'll tell you something, dog. This shit's hard, because if you look at the 8th of every single month, it's a ritual. The 8th of every single month. Check this out.
Okay.
January 8th of 2025, the Palisades fire happened. 100,000 people evacuated. 10,000 acres were burned. December 8th of 2024, Syria falls. Civil war. Assad falls. Damascus falls. Israel invades Syria. Reopen of the Notre Dame. South Korea martial law crisis. You guys forgot about that last year, huh? Now this is just recently. I'm gonna go a little deeper too. It's gonna blow your mind. November 8th, we got reports of European flood in Spain. Did you guys forget about the Spanish floods? You guys didn't even listen to about it, huh? You know why? Because you were consumed by the fucking social media shit that you guys consume. You guys are consuming on ass shaking and TikTok every single fucking day. That's what's happening. October 8th of 2024, Hurricane Milton happened. You guys forgot about Milton? Yeah, you guys did. April 8th, the massive eclipse happened in 2024. You guys forgot about the one in a lifetime eclipse in April fucking 8th on 2024? Everybody was fucking mainstreaming that shit. Now you have 2023, Mar-a-Lago raid on the 8th. Israel and Hamas war started on the 8th. U.S. corporate bankruptcies erupt on the 8th. The Brazil election insurrection happened on the 8th. August, Maui fires in Hawaii happened on the 8th. Brazil election insurrection. Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
Oh my God.
All right, bro. Check this out. You remember that fucking the balloon, the Chinese balloon that fell off the sky, that we shot off the sky on the fucking 8th. In July the 8th, hires of the month, everybody was fucking firing people different, right? From Walmart to Target, every single body. In history, now this we're going back in history, Washington delivers the first State of the Union on the 8th. Washington, the president, all right? El Chapo gets caught on the 8th. 1817, the stock exchange is funded on the 8th. U.S. declares war on Japan on the 8th. Germany declares war on the U.S. on the 8th. CDC first official alert of COVID-19 on the motherfucking 8th of December. Then you have the game of the 26th and the 17th. But if you look back at every single time and you look at the Wheel of Fortune of the 8th and Wiccan traditions and moon phases on the 8th, you have the celebration of Saman. Now, Samain, or whatever it's called, is a Wiccan New Age witch ritual where bloodshed, transfer of money, terraforming is created. And you know how they celebrate these rituals? By burning fires. For example, what happened on fucking January 8th, 2025 in LA. And that's just the freaking tip of the iceberg. You know what happened on the 8th this month in July? The Epstein's files. They said that they weren't real. On the 8th. You guys forgot about that. Yeah, it happened on the 8th.
They said, did they say, they literally said that they weren't real?
What was it? Fucking Trump. And I'm a Trumper. And this hurts to say. But Trump said something about, oh, yeah, forget about the Epstein shit. He was very nonchalant about it and that they weren't going to release anything. And now he has a special counsel that they are going to release on him now. Well, now. But it's called an information. If you want to ask me about that, it's going to be, I see it as an information op. But that's not the point here. The point is that the 8th of every single month is an opening to a portal. And everybody's taking indulgence to this fucking ritual, bro. Everybody's doing it without even noticing.
Damn, son. That's interesting.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That is super interesting. I wonder if hold on. What was the date of the Boston Marathon bombing?
Oh, if it's on the 8th, I'm gonna fucking shoot my dick off, bro. I swear.
Dude, for real. Hold on, really quick. I'm gonna fucking look this shit up.
What's it, Boston Marathon?
Yeah. Oh shit, why is that not working?
Where is it at? Come on. 2013. No, April 15th. It wasn't on the 8th.
Oh shit. Because I feel like if anything was a ritual, that would have been one.
Well,
I'm not saying that it's not because it's not on the 8th, but
historically, you'll see like fucking what's his name, the short guy from France. What's his name? The ancient Napoleon Dynamite, not Napoleon, Napoleon Bonaparte.
Yeah,
he conquered a lot of different countries on the 8th. Fucking Nazis. I mean, it's connected to everything. The 8th.
And then Henry VIII is one of the most infamous freaking kings of his time.
You know what?
Throughout history,
actually,
I mean,
when was
VIII,
it?
I am.
The hurricane that happened in North Carolina happened on the 8th too. I remember that because I sent a message to Cult of Conspiracies. I'm like, it's the 8th. Are you watching what's happening? He goes like, yeah. They went like, yup, you're right. And I was like, yeah, dog, the 8th of every month. I'm telling you, it's a nonstop. So every month has either 28 or 31 days or something in between. So it's not always on the 8th. It could be the 6th or it could be the 10th or even the 12th. Depending on if the previous month was 31 days or 28 days, it'll kind of throw it off. But it's always mostly surrounding and almost exactly on the 8th of every month. If you guys keep your eyes open, you'll see some tremendous. And sometimes it's not only in the U.S., so you won't get that piece of information if you guys just watch Fox News or whatever. Sometimes you have to dive like, okay, events around the world on the 8th. And then you'll see like, oh my God, the moon phases were crazy. You'll have some floods. You have, I don't know, crazy rain or acid rain or volcanic eruptions and shit on the 8th of every month. So it's also terraforming. Remember what I told you, terraforming. It's also within the earth at the 8th of every month.
The Texas floods were on the 8th, weren't they?
Shut the fuck up. If that's true, dog, I'm gonna shoot my dick. I swear to God, bro.
The rain was blue.
I'm looking that up right now, man. If that's true, bro.
Because I was recording last weekend. Today's the 19th. 7 days ago, it had already flooded.
They started on the 5th, 3 days before the 8th.
Okay.
Still what I just told you a couple days before.
Still, yeah. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
There was a lot of videos going around right at the beginning of July, end of June about rain in Texas, and it was blue.
I know, I've seen all those freaking videos.
I was like, what the fuck's happening in Texas? Then all of a sudden, Texas is getting fucking washed away, and I was like, no, dude.
Yo, my heart's out, go out to the family people and the people that were suffering. Yeah, man, mad shout outs to you guys, and hope you guys, we're praying with you guys, and if you guys know anything about that, bro, and you guys want to share the information or make awareness, we are here. And or also look them up and search for those families. And if you guys can offer some help, that'll be amazing too, because you guys might think that money doesn't really cause an effect, but hey, bro, a coffee, what you spend on your Starbucks every single day, can change a person's life. It can mean a freaking plate of food for someone across your state, across your city, or across the world. So yeah, man, it's, everything counts.
Absolutely. All right, man. If you don't mind running through your things, promote yourself one more time. Remind the people where they can find you and your show.
Thank you so much for having me on your show, bro. It was a blast. Thank you. I haven't recorded all of July, except for you right now. Like I took the entire month of July to take, and I'm really happy that I was able to. God fixed up some time for us to be here. So thank you so much, bro, for allowing me to warm up again into the mic, and for having me on your show and sharing your platform. I want to thank every single person that's listening to the show today. If you guys enjoyed the show, if you guys enjoyed the presentation, or just enjoyed listening to two dudes just talking shit, yo, drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify for where the weird ones are at. This podcast, it means the world to Kevin. It means the world to me too, because at the end of the day, we all started here. We all started making freaking noise at this level. And guys, I'm not freaking blown up at all. I have friends everywhere. I have, and I'm very humble. I like sharing the moments and sharing time and sharing a little Jesus with everybody. And this is what I'm here for. And guys, I wouldn't be the sober father, God-fearing man I am today if it wasn't for the show, if it wasn't for the people that listen to my podcast, if it wasn't for Jesus opening the doors and allowing me to speak my mind, and if it wasn't for you guys actually engaging every single day on Instagram and on social media and on the YouTube channel. I cherish it with everything. You guys do not understand how passionate I am about my craft. So again, when I say thank you, I mean it. I thank you for spending time and listening to me rant and listening to Kevin host on this amazing episode. So Kev, thank you again for showing me up here. You could find me on paranoidradio.com, Paranoid Radio Podcast. We are on all podcast platforms, and we are now freshly new also on YouTube. If you guys want to listen and see the shows, we do have some political elements out there. If you guys don't like the political element, go ahead and skip it. But if you guys are Trumpers, you want to listen to your little dose of craziness, go ahead and be a nut and subscribe. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Guys, thank you so much for the engagement. Thank you so much for having me, bro.
Dude, every time I listen to you, it's amazing. It's a blast. I love your show. I listen to your show every week.
Thank you, bro.
As well. But I do have one last question before I give the listeners my spiel. With everything that you have going on, the podcast and everything, are you finding fulfillment in your life?
You know what, bro? I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I'm going through a very horrible time in my life where I'm realizing that I am not happy with the person that I'm with, the mother of my kids. But this time is different around. This time around, I'm 34 years old, and I'm not diving into a bottle. I'm not diving into a baggie. I'm not diving into stupidity. My 3-year-old daughter is in my bed right now watching her tunes, and I'm over here podcasting. What more fulfillment do you want, bro? I'm peaceful. I found peace, bro. This mic, my soberness, Jesus, my kids, love. That's what I wish upon people. I can't tell you guys how to live your fucking lives. I could only tell you guys this. There's nothing more beautiful than finding peace and self-love, self-preservation, and conserving your body, your health, your spirits. You guys need to have an intimate relationship with God. Regardless if you're a drunk or a fucking high bastard, it doesn't matter. You have to have an intimate relationship with God and let everything fall. You only control where your 2 feet lay. You can't control Donald Trump. You can't control conspiracy theories, Loch Ness Monster, or Bigfoot in the wild. You can't control nothing but where your 2 feet lay. So the most important piece of information I could give you is find yourself by creating yourself within your space. And if you want to make changes in life, make changes within your house. This is your community. The roof on top of you, the people around you, the intermediate people that you might hurt if you're fucking around or contemplating or entertaining the idea of suicide. This is where it belongs. This is where you can make the change. And yeah, I found fulfillment, bro. not famous on paranoid, but I'm growing every single day. And I'm not going to stop until I fucking have a road manager. That's the freaking mission. Have a road manager and be super awesome at it and make money out of it. Yeah, that's the freaking mission. But you know what? I'm enjoying the fucking journey. So yeah, I'm finding fulfillment every single day.
Dope, Doug. Dope. Well, man, thank you for being here. I appreciate you very much. I cherish the time that you've taken to be here, man. It means a lot to me. Yeah. It really does. So, awesome. But for the listeners, if you don't mind, like, follow, share, subscribe, leave a rating and review. I'd greatly appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me, as those are the free ways to help the show grow. But if your catcher does not allow you to leave a rating and review, please consider doing so on the website where the weird ones are podcast.com. That is also where you can get merch like the shirt behind me, the hoodie that I'm wearing. There's a whole bunch of other designs out there. But you can also get hot sauce, coffee, and supplements, and check out my short stories. But other than that, I think that's all I got for you. So stay alive, 988, if you find yourself in a mental crisis. So you know the drill. Question everything and stay weird.
In the quiet of the night, when the world feels far, there's a voice through the static, like a falling star. It calls the misfits, the dreamers, the ones who see the shadows in the corners, the truth we barely believe. From the pine tree woods to the desert skies, they talk of ghosts and aliens with wonder in their eyes, not afraid to ask the questions that others won't dare, 'cause the world gets strange when you stop and stare. Come gather around where the weird ones are, by the fireside glow or a midnight car, where the stories run deep and the secrets fly like owls in the dark or stars in the sky. If you've ever felt lost, like you don't belong, you found your place, you found your song, right here where the weird ones are. They'll talk of cryptids, time slips, and deja vu, of spirits that linger, and what might be true. But more than the monsters, it's the people you'll find who dare to be open with curious minds. It's not about fear, it's the thrill of the ride, to question the world with wonder as guide. So pull up a chair, let your freak flag fly, we're the seekers of truth beneath the sky. Yeah, come gather around where the weird ones are, on the moonlit thoughts and cosmic scars, where the veil feels thin and the questions burn, and we chase the strange at every turn. You're not alone, not in the dark, you're with a tribe. You found the spark right here where the weird ones are. For the ones who wonder, for the ones who know, welcome home.